Now I have an interview question for you with this knowledge that you have so far, okay? And it's going to be slightly tricky or just tricky. So, given the same code from our previous video, right? What if I change the timeout from 1000 milliseconds to 0 milliseconds? All right, I'm going to save this. And now let's say if I refresh, what should be the order in which things should be executed and printed out? All right, so pause this video, answer the question, and come back and see if you were right. Okay, so you're back. So here's the answer. Now I'm going to refresh and let's take a look. So I'm going to refresh now and you see the answer is this. So you may be wondering what? Some of you may be saying, this is 0 milliseconds, so that means it should be printed immediately. This should be number 1, and then the printer should run, and this should be second, and this should be third, right? Why? What happened here? And the answer is actually not complicated. It's not tricky at all. So going back to our knowledge of the event loop, when whatever the execution context runs over here, it says, okay, we need to delegate this task. The task is delegated to the timer process. All right, it's delegated to the timer process. And the timer process says, oh, I gotta wait 0 seconds, right? So it puts a task immediately over here. Okay, it puts a task immediately to run the function. But, okay, I'm just gonna remove this for simplicity's sakes. But, this execution context was already running. So it's gonna continue working. It's gonna continue running until it's done its task, and then it's going to take accept new tasks. It's not going to stop in the middle. It's going to keep on running. So just to slow it down a little bit further, when this code runs, it's going to say, oh, I got to delegate this task to the timer process. I'm going to do so. So it delegates it. It goes over here, goes to the, oops, sorry. I'm just going to make this empty. This is going to go over here. It says, oh, I got to wait 0 seconds. So I'm going to put a task over here to run the function. All right. So now remember, the global execution context is still running. So it delegated the task. It moved on. It said, okay, I got to run the printer function. So it says, oh, I got to create a new execution context. It creates one. So it's considered this one to be the new context. It runs its code. It's destroyed. And then, it goes back to the global execution context. And it says, oh, I got to print this. It does that. And then a new task comes in. So this is destroyed. A new task comes in. All right. And it says, oh, I got to run this now. So then it runs that. It's not going to stop its flow, right? So it's going to continue its flow. And this is considered a new task that comes through the loop. And that's why you actually get this still at the very end, just by the reason that you're using actually set timeout, which delegates the task to a different process. And it comes back to the engine. So that's a trick question some people get in the interview. So this is the reason why it's important for you to understand the event loop and these different pieces. It becomes even more important the more advanced you become with JavaScript development, and especially when you go into the Node.js side, this becomes extremely more important. So that's pretty much it, and I'm going to talk to you in the next video.